When we hear the word divorce, our minds usually jump to some pretty stressful images, right? Conflict, tension, messy legal fights. But what if there was another way? A path that wasn't designed for winning, but for respectfully and peacefully moving forward. Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore today.
Seriously, just take a second. What's the very first thing that pops into your head? My guess is it's probably not something positive.
Yeah, if you thought of things like this, you are definitely not alone. For a long time, the whole process has been framed like a battle, where one person has to win and the other has to lose. But that's the exact mindset we're going to challenge here.
So let's flip the script and talk about the alternative. It's called collaborative divorce, and it's a process that was built from the ground up to be a respectful, sane alternative to an all-out courtroom war.
So what is it exactly? Well, here's the core idea in a nutshell. It's an agreement, a promise, really. Everyone involved, that means you, your partner, and your specially trained lawyers, commits to settling everything through honest negotiation. The whole idea of going to court, it's taken right off the table from day one.
And listen, this isn't just some casual handshake deal. The entire process is built on this formal signed contract called a participation agreement. It's a legal document that binds everyone to the process. It makes it crystal clear that the shared goal here is finding a resolution that works for everyone, not dragging each other through a legal battle.
And this, right here, really shows you the night and day difference. With a traditional divorce, the goal is basically to win. The location is a public courtroom, and the decision maker, a judge. But with collaborative divorce, the goal is a mutual agreement. It all happens in a private office. And the most important part? You and your partner are the ones making the final decisions. It's a total shift in power and purpose.
Okay, so you might be wondering, how does this actually work? What does it look like? It might sound a little abstract, but it's actually a very clear, structured process. Let's walk through the blueprint together.
First up, you each hire lawyers who are specifically trained in this collaborative method. That's key. Second, you start having a series of private meetings to talk through everything. Finances, assets, you name it, especially parenting plans. Third, and this is super helpful, if you get stuck, you can bring in neutral experts. Think a financial planner who helps both of you, or a child specialist who can offer unbiased guidance. And finally, once you've reached an agreement, it's all drafted up and just sent to the court for a simple legal sign-off. So now for the big question. Why would you actually choose this route? I mean, besides just avoiding a courtroom drama, there are 3 really powerful, tangible benefits that make this whole process so appealing to so many people.
First and foremost, privacy. This is huge. In a traditional divorce, all of your financial documents, your personal struggles, it can all become part of the public record. Anybody can look it up. With the collaborative process, everything that's discussed stays behind closed doors. It's your business, and it stays that way.
Second, you and your partner stay in control. I mean, think about it. Instead of handing over all the decision-making power to a judge who frankly doesn't know you or your family, you stay in the driver's seat. You get to craft an agreement that actually works for your unique situation, for your life. And this might be the most important of all. This process puts the kids first. When you remove that hostile win-lose dynamic, you automatically lower the emotional stress on your children. But more than that, you're modeling how to handle disagreements with respect. The entire focus shifts from fighting each other to figuring out how can we be the best co-parents possible. That sets a much healthier foundation for the future.
Now let's be real for a second. This doesn't mean the process is magically easy. A separation is always going to be emotionally tough. Of course it is. But the collaborative framework is designed to help you get through those difficult emotions with dignity. It basically provides a safe, structured space for those hard conversations.
And here is the one rule that really holds it all together, the thing that keeps everyone committed. If at any point one person bails on the process and says, "That's it, I'm going to court," then both collaborative lawyers are legally required to quit the case. This creates this massive incentive for everyone to stay at the table and figure it out. Look, a divorce is an ending. There's just no way around that. But it's also always the beginning of a brand new chapter for everyone involved. The real question is, how do you want that new chapter to begin? So, let's just quickly recap the big ideas. The collaborative process keeps things out of court and puts you in the driver's seat. It absolutely protects your family's privacy and makes your kids' well-being the #1 priority. But, and this is a big but, it really does require a full commitment from both people to make it work. So it all kind of comes down to this question, doesn't it? This process gives you a real chance to end a marriage without completely blowing up a family.
It's about reframing the end of one chapter as a respectful and hopefully peaceful start to the next. And that, right there, is a conversation that's always worth having.